I've been holding back on making this video for a while now, but now is the perfect time to do it. We're coming up on December, the last month of the year, so it's the perfect time to reflect on Dragon Soul in 2025 and to see what we have to look forward to in 2026. This might be a very long video, so like, subscribe, and let's get right into it. Alright, so 2024 we had the release of the first chapter of Super Saiyan God, and this was mid to late December. And with that update, we were promised reworks for all the islands. We even got leaks for the reworked Jungle Island. I put up on screen the reworked islands so you can see them, but we also got the Ape Wastelands and North Pole as well. I'm not sure why we didn't get these reworked islands into the game because they look really fleshed out and pretty much done. My guess is probably the optimization aspect of it. Maybe the experience on mobile wasn't satisfactory enough, that's why I didn't push it out. Other than that, I'm not really too sure, and the devs didn't say anything about it either. And in the end, we didn't get any reworked islands. All we got was an extension to the North Pole, the blue ice fields. Then after that update, we had waited 2 to 3 months until the next update, which was the legendary Super Saiyan form rework, which was quite cool, and it's what we have to this day. And if you was there at the time, you would have seen how laggy and unoptimized the form really was. You would get into a raid with like 5-10 people, you would all transform at the same time, and your whole PC would crash. Oh, right. Jeez, just break my game. Just break my game then. Yeah, as you can tell, it came out very unoptimized. But a month or so after that, we did get, well, actually we didn't get, the devs left us to go to Japan and delayed the release of Beast. But we did get the Beast release a month or so after Legendary Super Saiyan, which was a crazy update, by the way, because this was our third Zenkai Soul and was the first mention of special edition souls in the game. And during this time, I made a video about the full Super Saiyan God storyline roadmap. And I bring this point up to say that things that have been leaked in the past, especially really old leaks, might not be the case moving forward. Because exactly a year ago, we had a roadmap of what these chapters would look like. Chapter 1 would have a new soul, which was the Vegito soul, but on top of that we had released the B soul, and in December we're gonna get the Zamasu soul. And again, the original plan for chapter 2 was to have a new move vendor, but instead we're having a whole new planet. So the whole roadmap for Super Saiyan God and its chapters have completely changed, so we don't really know what to expect to a certain degree. Next, we had the release of the Super Saiyan 4 rework, and during this whole time the devs were talking about the full power Super Saiyan 4 and how it would come out as an extra form. 6 months later, we have nothing of the sorts, so I'm expecting it to be something that we see in chapter 2 in the Daima world. And also guilds came out around this same time. I still don't have my guild yet after 6 months. It's coming, bro. It's coming soon, trust me. This is actually funny because straight after the Super Saiyan 4 rework, we had another boss put into the game, the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta boss. And in a video I made at the time, I said I hope these bosses they're putting into the game don't become like souls where they're just pumping them into the game. And like clockwork, we got the false Super Saiyan boss, the Lord Slug. We got the Boku boss that gave you the times 100 Kaioken. And more recently, we got the Gohan, the Teen Gohan boss. I'm not saying this is bad, but whenever they push out an update and it does well, they squeeze the concept dry until there's nothing left, which makes sense, but a little variety wouldn't hurt sometimes. After the Veggie boss, we got Lord Slug with the false Super Saiyan extra form. Then a month later, we got Kaioken Time Rifts, which was definitely a crazy update, and it makes me wonder if the Teen Gohan Time Rift is gonna have a Kaioken variant, and what boss would they put in there. But the release of the Kaioken times 100 and all the glitches that came with it ruined me. Now every glitch that gets patched is my fault, and I'm the snitch, and I'm a dev pet. When was the last time I posted a glitch on this channel? Please let me know. The next big thing was the dev events, which was cool the first, second, or even third time. But like I said before, once they see one thing that works for them, they start rinsing it until all the juice is gone. And I kind of find it very hard to believe because I think there are endless possibilities to make the dev event feel refreshing every single time. One way is what Takio was saying, by turning one random person in your server into a legendary Super Saiyan Great Ape, and you would have to make him drop some cool items. But what do I know? I'm just a snitch. Next, we had the console rework, and if you play on console, let me know how it held up. Would you say your gameplay experience has improved, gotten worse, or stayed the same since then?
what are the things that we can do until we get our hands on Super Saiyan God?
With this glitch is absolutely let's broken call it in Dragon Ball.
This was the time I made my Dragon Soul is Dying video, and if you haven't seen it, I do highly recommend you go and check it out. But the devs did see this and they patched some of the glitches in this video, whether it was the Kaioken times 100 bug or how glitchy some of the progression was. But to be very honest, some of the underlying issues won't be solved until chapter 2 is released. So to oversimplify my points, we just have to wait like we've been doing ever so patiently. And then it was the Halloween event, and I don't want to reiterate the points I've made countless times in other videos, so you can go and watch them on my channel, but it was very lackluster, boring, and it shows that devs have selective hearing and don't play their own game. They tried nerfing the Infinite Apex raid and ended up making it 100 times harder, and on top of that, they never even went back to go and fix it. They just left it how it is, no matter how much I or anyone else complained about it. But after this whole fiasco, we did end up getting the Savior rework finally, after it being talked about for like 5 months, and this was definitely one of the highlights of the year in my opinion. Oof. But now we have reached the present date and we have a lot to look forward to for the last month of 2025. But just to reflect on everything that we spoke about, go to sleep, go to sleep. It is genuinely quite impressive how the game managed to grow in size with minimal content being added. This time around, it looks like the devs have heard our complaints from the last event and are ready to do at least the bare minimum and change the map. Me personally, I thought it was going to be a bigger island like the Great Plains, but anything is better than what we had for the Halloween event. Future Bami here, they did say in the dev Q&A that more than one island is going to have this Christmas theming, which is the Great Plains and Port Prospero. And even community wise, the assets that came from the art event was truly amazing. And in my video covering the event, I didn't really show off the auras, but they do look really good, with my personal favorite being the Christmas Spirit by Pote. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. In the month of December, we're also looking at the God rework, which is something I'm actually excited for since I do have a God Soul myself. And if you remember, I did get 3 of them in 1 hour. So I know there's at least 3 of us with God Soul, but I'm not sure about all of you. Let me know if you do have God Soul. I can imagine the majority of people don't have God Soul, so they're not really that excited for the God rework, especially if there's a SE God coming out. Like that, no one's gonna get that, bro. Like, I'm actually convinced. If I can't get SE Savior with 100k GP, then no one is getting SE God. It's just not possible. Something that actually is in the realm of possibilities, something more attainable, is the new Zenkai Soul Zamasu, which I'm not sure is coming out this December since they're gonna have a pre-sale for it, similar to what they had with Beast, but you will be able to get your hands on it. I'm not sure if you'll be able to use it though. But they did say that the Zamasu Soul would fit in between Beast and Savior, so this should be at least more obtainable than God or Beast. And the last thing the devs will try to release this month is Fusion. And it's actually quite interesting because of the minigame it has. It's timing based, like Guitar Hero or something. And it raises a lot of questions, which were addressed in yesterday's dev Q&A. If you missed it, it went something like this. But if he was in the heap of battle fighting Broly, you wouldn't have time to go through this minigame. It just wouldn't end well. And the devs were saying how there would be a setting to skip the minigame and automatically fuse. And the downside is that your fusion would be capped at 50%. So we definitely have a lot to look forward to in the month of December, which is a lot of stuff just for that month. So do I think all of this stuff is going to happen in that 1 month? Looking at the track record we had in 2025, I don't think so. But the God rework, new Zenkai Soul, and Fusion is all really cool, and it would be amazing. It would be a miracle if we get all of that in 1 month. But what about after December? What does Dragon Soul look like in 2026? Well, we can talk about what we've already seen of chapter 2 and the new map. In the sneak peeks or an Aurelius video, we have definitely seen a lot of leaks of the new map. But outside of visuals, what I'm mainly concerned with is new mechanics they plan to introduce into the game. For example, soul evolutions that the devs spoke about during the Savior rework, or this new mining system that we saw again for the second time in the dev Q&A yesterday. These are the stuff I'm more interested in, since we've already seen the map countless of times. And it's not just the mechanics themselves, it's also how they intertwine with one another. For example, the materials can be used with the soul evolutions to get further in the mastery tree. And again, here I'm speculating, but in an Aurelius video we did see some kind of construction for armor, and I'm assuming that the material that we can get will be used to upgrade certain armors. So I'm assuming there will be some type of armor upgrade system. And something very interesting that TPC said,
you'll also be able to get them from specific events, like you'll have to wait until nighttime for some of them. You have to be in the other world for other materials and stuff. But these materials will help you like kind of upgrade paths on souls, maybe fusion, maybe moves.
And I found this very interesting because they're giving us more reasons to go back to Earth rather than just staying in the new chapter 2 map, which is very good. I know I said I'm not interested in the chapter 2 map, but I just wanted to point this out. On Earth as it is, there are definitely a lot of Easter eggs and secret places to go ahead and find, but none of these places actually have any value to you actually finding them. I mean, you can argue that the Squid Camp is some kind of Easter egg or secret place, but there's loud music that blasts that leads you straight to that direction, and I'm pretty sure the majority of us know where that place is. But things like the desert temple that you can go into to find the sensu bean dealer, that is completely useless, and no one goes in there for any type of reason. So for this new chapter 2 map, I hope we can see a lot of Easter eggs, secret places that actually have value to you finding them. And I'm not just talking about XP crystals. And something that's been in the game since the beginning of time is the God Key raid, this myth. And I'm here to break the bad news. Santa isn't real, and the God Key raid is also not real. It's been so long since this God Key raid was said to be a thing. So much has changed that I can't see where it would fit in this new chapter 2 and its storyline. What's more likely to take its place is a Boo raid, which they have assets for, which was also leaked a long time ago. But chapter 2 was also showed bounty boards. I'm assuming you can get different materials, Zenny, XP of course from killing these different NPCs. And also what is very interesting is this new reputation mechanic, which was in one of the cities in the new chapter 2 map. I've never seen this kind of mechanic before anywhere on the Roblox platform, so this is definitely new to me. I'm assuming it would work something like Minecraft, where you trade with the villagers and increase the reputation bar, or kill enemies trying to raid the village and you get, I don't even know what you would get for doing. It's just a foreign concept to me. So it's definitely interesting, and that is something we should be excited to see more of. And finally, we have the Sky Prison in the air. And this has also been a part of Earth for as long as I can remember. And just recently, it's been leaked in the Discord that this is some type of portal that will take us to the chapter 2 realm. But that is all I have for this video. Please let me know if I missed anything in my review of Dragon's Soul in 2025. Let me know if you have your own suspicions or assumptions for what Dragon's Soul is looking like in 2026. I'll be definitely interested in what you guys have to say in the comments. I really do appreciate you guys. This video took me a while to make. So like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.